Guys, sorry I'm not talking that much. I've been very anxious the last few days. I figured, you know, I'm not feeling great mentally. I should stream because it's abnormal for me to not do anything with the channel. It's been like 3 days since the last stream, wasn't it? I've had some internal stuff really messing with me, but I might get the Dynasty Warriors Origins key tomorrow, so activity on the channel is going to be pretty limited. Just a heads up. But I'll still stream over here. Unless it miraculously runs well on Steam Deck. But to be honest, I'll probably just stream it from the computer. But yeah, I already explained this in my the community post. But yeah, I'll be MIA mostly, relatively MIA for a while. Apparently the embargo is the 13th, so I'm basically gonna have like 5.5 days to get what I can done, and I'm gonna try to not push myself too hard this time because I'm not feeling too hot mentally. But I'll do the best I can. I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm hoping I can get some pretty sick guides out before release, but who knows. Apparently it takes like 3 playthroughs to see everything, so... But yeah, I haven't really been feeling that great. I also had really shit luck on Wuthering Waves today, which that's not why I'm upset. I'm not upset over losing a 50-50 in a gacha game. But that kind of was the catalyst for feeling really shitty today. I've been playing that game a lot off stream. I've actually really been enjoying it, but 50-50 is such a shitty system. Never feels good. The only time 50-50 feels good is when you get the character. You get the character you don't want early. But I was like pretty much in the soft pity, and then I still didn't get the character. It's got to get adapted to if I keep playing that game. It's not the kind of gacha where you can get everybody unless you're a 1%er, which I'm definitely not. I don't have that kind of money. But the next character is guaranteed. I just don't like a lot of the designs of the new characters. Don't really like them. Next character is a lolly gremlin with a suitcase. Well, I don't really want that. That's like the least adjacent thing to my interests is little anime girls. But I guess that's the next character. So I guess I'll save up and try to get somebody who's not a garbage lolly. Yeah, I've been enjoying that game. It's actually relatively relaxing. It has a very good open world. I'm not a big fan of open world, but you know, I did play Dynasty Warriors 9 for like 150 hours, so pretty. They probably have pretty low standards, but it is pretty densely packed with things to do. Pretty nuts that they made that game with PGR money. It actually is quite a bit better than Genshin in like every way. But, I don't know how much of that I'll stream. Past couple nights I haven't been feeling too great, so it's kind of nice to just have a stream on the second monitor and grind. Just sucks when the result of your grinding is getting a character you don't want. That's the worst thing about Wuthering Waves. It's not the fact that it's got the 50-50, because pretty much almost every gacha has that now. It's the fact that the off-rate characters suck. That's what they really need to change about that game. You desperately need to have like the PGR leap system where they buff characters that are off meta and make them like actually not make you feel like slapping yourself when you get one. I would say that's my biggest criticism of Wuthering Waves, besides the 50-50, is that the off-rate characters are worse in every way imaginable, and it just doesn't feel good to get them. I'm sure eventually they'll add you know, power crept limited characters to that pool, and that should make things a lot better. But who knows? I think the 50-50 is just there because a game has to cost like 50 times more than PGR. PGR is PS2 combat rooms and visual novel story. It's very low budget. The thing they really have to animate is the characters and the enemies. There's nothing else to it. I guess they gotta make their money somehow, but I don't particularly agree with it. It'd be better to just have guaranteed no 50-50. I definitely think it's worst thing about gacha games is 50-50 being accepted. They just need to make the starting pool not garbage. That's like the main thing they need to do to fix that problem. Because like in Aethergazer, like the off-rate characters are actually good. They give them like crazy buffs that make them compete with the meta characters. And Mihoyo poisoned the well. Well, now every gotcha's gotta do that bullshit. We'll see how power creep goes, but power creep is probably gonna be pretty strong in that game like it is in PGR. Every year or so, previous meta unit is going to be stuck on open world material collection duty and not used for end-game content anymore. I'm sure that's how it's going to be. Endless Zone Zero is already getting to that point. The new Katana chick is better than the Dolphin girl that came out at launch, and that was only like 6 months ago. They already power prepped that character. What's up, Jax? We're playing some games, man. What you doing? Yeah, you got a big dinner, huh? You got a big dinner. Yeah. Your boy got a big dinner. If I get the key tomorrow, I'll let you guys know on the Discord, but I don't think I'll really be able to answer many questions besides, does it run like garbage or not? It's probably about as far as I can go, but we'll see. Tower Flood, are you gonna get East Memoir? I was kind of thinking about it, but I'm like, I don't know. The game's so old. I'll probably wait until it's like $15. I don't know if it's worth $30 right now. Comes out tomorrow. Yeah, $30 for that seems a bit steep. Especially like releasing like a week before Graces, which is only, well, base price is like $10 more. It's a much more like high fidelity game. Yeah, I could see not wanting to buy that. I totally understand. I'm on the fence myself. I actually did a little research on Reynatus. It seems like I might actually like it. It's just the price is so out of control. The price is nuts. Which is why it has a max concurrent player base of 67 players on Steam. That's an estimate from Steam database, but with only 67 max concurrent players, that's probably a bit of an overestimate. Apparently you can get rid of the hold the button down QTE to get the dodge if you buy DLC. I'm like, you know, that actually kind of fixed my problem with the demo. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. But then again, I'm going to be busy with Origins and Graces. I don't know how much time I'll have. Origins probably runs like garbage on Steam Deck, though. Might be able to do something really crazy, like stream it from my computer and then stream it through here. I might try that. I'm not gonna do that today, though. I don't have enough time. Maybe when I'm working over here tomorrow, try with the demo. It'd be nice to get an extra 4 hours of game time when I'm working over here. Get those videos out quicker. That's how I got through East 10 so quick. I plowed through that game because it ran mostly fine on Steam Deck. Maybe I'll do a poll. People want to see Felgana or Reynatus, but everybody's just gonna vote Reynatus anyway. I know you guys. You guys come for the hidden gems like this. I don't even know why I need to make a poll. I know exactly what's going to win that game. It'll probably be under 20 bucks in a few months. Probably be the price of a large pizza in the next 6 months. Probably be dirt cheap eventually. Yeah, that game does look fun. It's just the price range is pretty extreme. Which is why nobody's buying it. They didn't seem to understand that when they did the pricing decisions for it. No one's playing that game. No one's streaming it. No one bought it on Steam. It's already forgotten. And everybody that wants to give it a chance has not, simply because it's so expensive. I'll think about getting it tomorrow. I'll think about it. I have the money for it. I don't need a donation for it. Honestly, I'm not sure if I really would want one. Because then I feel obligated to make content. Whereas if I buy shit myself, you know, if I flush it, I don't feel bad. You know, East 10 I paid for myself. Obviously, I like the game enough to finish it, but... Actually, I did get, somebody paid for, like, half of it. Gotta switch the laundry over after the next boss. It's like the main reason I'm streaming right now is because I'm doing my laundry. I'll let you guys know about Reynatus tomorrow. Doesn't seem like it's gonna get a steep discount anytime soon. I'll make the decision tomorrow because I'm probably gonna go out for lunch tomorrow and go grab a Steam code. I already paid for Graces. Before anyone brings that up, I already paid for Graces. Graces is already fully funded, self-funded. Does not need any support from you guys. It's already been paid for. I've already played the game before, so no risk factor. Played the beta version on Wii. At the same time, that money could go towards PGR. I've got a $50 bill in my wallet right now from working over here. I could put that towards PGR. That's probably the more likely outcome. PGR synchronization patch is Wednesday. That's like my main gotcha. See how I feel tomorrow. Probably gonna just spend it on PGR though. I already have invested into that game. Jax, don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't hurt your dad. Jax, you're getting crazy. Ow! 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 Your claws are sharp, little guy. Ow! You're gonna get evicted from my lap if you keep this up, little boy. Now don't do that. That hurts. You don't know your own strength. Alright, Jax, we gotta switch the laundry over, okay? I had to get off my lap. Ow. I'm taking a lot of IRL HP damage right now. He wants to play. He's got the post dinner zoomies. Ow. No, you're going down, buddy. Alright. I'll be right back. I gotta switch my clothes to the dryer. Brief break. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and try to finish this run. don't want reduced crit chance right now. I'll try this for once. Doesn't matter if I win or lose. Makes no difference. They have been had a surprising lack of transparency with this game lately, because they were supposed to get an update at the end of last year and they didn't make that, and there hasn't really been any kind of communication since, so you don't really have anything to do in this game in terms of grinding. I've cleared the hardest content on both classes countless times. I have a lot left, but I still enjoy playing it. All the money I spend on gambling, I'm just trying to keep the wallet full. It's like the main thing. Make sure I got a bunch of cash when the next update comes out. I'll see about Reynatus tomorrow. I'll make a serious decision tomorrow. So I could easily just go buy that when I go get lunch, but I'm on the fence. I'll have to test if I can stream Origins from my computer and then stream over here. I don't know if that's going to eat the bandwidth or not. We'll try it. We'll try it tomorrow. Won't have enough time tonight. I started late. GG's. That was an incredible run. That was my best run ever. Taking that relic for increased crit chance was really good. Made me almost invincible. GG's. You hear about it getting taken off Steam? Yes. That's, pretty unhinged. Especially because it happened, like, immediately after they announced they were pushing back the 1.0 release by, like, I think 2 or 3 months because it was doing well. It actually sold quite well. It's definitely a good alternative to Hades if you don't like, you know, all the yapping and the heavy meta progression grind to have fun playing it. Realm of Ink is kind of just like a beat 'em up, really. It's like 20 minutes long. It's like 20, 30 minutes, and you ramp up in power really quick, and they've improved the balancing in the last couple updates, so it's not as bad as it was before, where only damage over time was viable. But yeah, it seems like the publisher may have been, like, doctoring reviews, which is apparently something publishers do now, is they make fake reviews, and it's always, like, obvious because it's, like, the only game that's on the account. I don't really think Realm of Ink is going to be the first Steam game that most people buy. I don't know if that's true, but I'm hearing that that might actually be what's going on with it. Who knows? I don't really think they're in any danger of, like, having to stop making the game. I'm sure it will be fixed eventually, but yeah, you can't buy it right now. Yeah, like, nobody was even complaining that they pushed back the release because the game was already pretty polished at the start, and they've only made it better. It's definitely a good alternative to Hades. It really depends what you want. You know, if you want story, then I would not recommend Realm of Ink because there's nothing there. couple sentences tops. But if you like 80s gameplay and you want it to be more on a run basis than grinding for meta progression, that game is really good. Which is one of the complaints about Hades 2 is they added like way more meta progressions. It's a much more grindy game. And I guess that's partially because they've like doubled the story content as well, so they don't want people to blow through it too quick, but yeah, it's pretty grindy. The grind in Realm of Ink ends after like 8 hours. I definitely don't buy that game for the story though, it's non-existent. It obviously doesn't bother somebody like me. That's probably the biggest difference, is that and the fact that it ramps up a lot quicker. Even a bad run is like barely half an hour long. The other games that got deleted too. Might have been doing review fixing. People saying it's the best game ever, and they played it for 20 minutes, and it's the only game they have on their account. It's a little bit suspicious. That's the current theory. Don't quote me on that yet. Really suck if that was true, because like actually is legitimately a great game. One of the best indie games I played at the end of the year. That Dragon is Dead. This is a real hidden gem right here. This game is based on like an independent comic that no one's heard of. Somehow they made like a legendary smoke and beat 'em up hybrid that no one's done since. Played the shit out of this game when it was new. Very late era budget release. Came out like what, 06? Yes, I remember renting this from GameFly. This was like the first game. Still is. You need to do a legit re-release of this. I'm not continuing that. Probably not in this way. The thing about this game is it's too punishing. The rank system is very important. You need to get S ranks at the beginning. Otherwise, you don't soft lock. You can't soft lock this game. It's a linear game, but you definitely want the max rank. Let's see, is the max rank A or S? I don't remember. Let me check. I don't remember. Yeah, if you take too many low ranks, the game ramps up really quick. Okay, so I think the max rank is A. I didn't remember if it was A or S. Oh no, it is S. Yeah, you definitely want an S rank. You want to get as many S ranks as possible, so I'm not gonna keep that. But I'm also not gonna play the game again tonight. Yeah, you want to max out your gun damage, your gun coolant, and then like melee. An extra super bar helps as well because in the beat 'em up portions it can give you iframes. But yeah, the ranking system's too punishing. Feels like if you make maybe 2-3 mistakes, your rank goes down and you get less points. You also can't go back to previous levels. It's not a farming game. It's basically a linear arcade game that they just put out on PS2 for some reason. So I would say you can brick your game. You can brick your runs in that game. You can't soft lock, but you can brick it. If you get too many bad ranks, the game gets more and more impossible. The last boss is especially extremely difficult. But Maya, the character you unlock for beating the game, is the best character. Because she can reflect bullets, so... Boss shoots a big blob of bullets and you just deflect it back and it takes off like 30% of their health. I remember her being really fun to play.
Nobody's innocent.
This game is a classic example of when people ask why video game enemies don't have the same abilities as the player. Like, this game is what happens when you do that. It's like Gundam Breaker 4, where we thought that, you know, they would tech out of combos frame 1, but it turns out the AI in that game is just, they're literally just the player. They follow the same rules. The problem with this game is the dodge mechanic, the just dodge mechanic. When you play on the harder difficulties, they like just dodge everything, and it's not very fun. It's not a fun challenging. It's not a fun challenging because they're playing better than any human could. They just dodge every attack. It just feels random whether you hit them. That's why the speedruns for this game are on easy. It's like Easy's the only one where they don't do that constantly. This game gets really unfun at the end. because they do that nonstop. It feels like you're fighting SNK bosses every single level. It would have been better if it was not a beat 'em up. If that was just like an arena game, it would have been a lot better, but the mechanics are too far in the AI's favor. Have you tried playing that game on hard? I did. They basically dodge everything. They're like invincible. It's not very fun. It's not like you really have a counter for that either, because it's supposed to be hard for the player to do. You have to memorize all their strings, and then you can get out of combos, but then the AI just does it like almost all the time, and the game stops being fun. But I definitely recommend it. Just don't go above normal. Don't go above normal. Easier normal is the way to go if you're going to play that game. Don't go any higher than that. It's like when people ask why Dynasty Warriors officers don't do the combos the player can do. Like, because you would not be able to play the game. That's why. Now, in Origins, it's different. You know, because you have dodge cancels and stuff. But in the old games, like, if they did what the player could do, you would not be able to play the game. It would be unplayable. The Urban Reign is basically a good example. Anytime somebody asks that, I'm like, the game you want came out 20 years ago. Go play Urban Reign. Because that's exactly what that game is. Like, yeah, I'm just going to perfect dodge everything with superhuman accuracy, and the player doesn't have anything to counter that, so it's an exercise in frustration. I wouldn't really call it good difficulty. It's hard because it's hard. It's not a fun challenging. It's not like, you know, 1CCing an arcade game or something. They need to bring that game back, though. They definitely need to do a re-release of that game. I would definitely buy it, especially if they fix stuff like that, where it's just blatantly unfair, and, you know, you can beat it. It's not like it's impossible, but it's also not fun. And that's the problem I have with it. Because I did beat that game legitimately on normal back when it came out, but towards the end it gets immensely frustrating. It's one of those instances where, like, they designed the AI and they thought that they were making the best beat-em-up AI ever, but then they forgot to, like, look if it's actually fun to fight them. The answer is no. Hard mode is like fighting Agent Smith from The Matrix, pretty much. Every generic thug that's on the streets that you fight is like Agent Smith from The Matrix, dodging everything. It's kind of cool the first couple times, but the game is also like 60 levels long, so 60 levels of getting just dodge countered constantly is not very fun. Oh, well. Somebody put up a really good combat overview for that game, and I think he basically said the same thing. Like, it's a good game, but it's like a bullshit arcade game, pretty much, where you can tell that it's good, but it's also specifically designed to piss you off. And I don't particularly think that's good design. It should be challenging, but not to the point where it feels like the game is cheating. I'll put that video in my my Discord. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'll see if I feel like booting up again tonight. If I do, it'll probably be Wuthering Waves. Aether Gazer's down for maintenance, so I might do some Wuthering Waves or something I've already started, because obviously I might be playing Origins tomorrow. But thanks for watching, everybody. I definitely feel a bit better after streaming, so thanks for hanging out.